Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done watching the first episode of The Purge. Yes, The Purge is a TV show now, in case you didn't know. This crept up on me almost out of nowhere. At least I forgot it was coming so fast, especially after we just had the movie, The First Purge, that came out a couple months ago. But the plot of this show is it's a 10-episode event on the USA Network, and it's going to follow one night of a purge with a bunch of different and seemingly random characters. I'm not sure if they're going to have any relation to each other yet. The first episode, before I get into the details and the characters and the storylines going on, I will say that it was okay. It did not blow me away. It's not something that I'm like, holy crap, I cannot wait to see this next week or the following weeks. It's just something that, okay, it's giving me more of the same, but a longer, dragged out version of that. Let's talk about some of the characters. We have Miguel, who is a U.S. Marine that has come back home to get a strange message from his sister, so he's out looking for her. She has a checkered background, so he's checking the hospital, and he checks these weird abandoned areas, and so far it's all right. Like I'm curious. I'm not fully on board with that story just yet, but I do want to see what this Miguel character is willing to do. So far he has roughed some people up, and he did save a girl who was kidnapped and tied up in the process. Rick and Jenna are this married couple who I guess are pretending to be rich because they got invited to this function where all of the high-end rich upper class go and so the party and participate in the purge, and you can tell that they're a little uneasy about it, but they decided to go because why not? And I feel like you're gonna see them deteriorate. I feel like that storyline so far, first episode so far, that's a storyline that seems the most predictable, and I can kind of figure out where it's going. Every time though that these two see this particular girl that's at the party, they get flash forwards of them having a threesome with her, so I don't know what the significance of that or that character is supposed to be. And another character, Jane, she works at this office building. Her mom is at a hospital, but at this building it's like the safest and most secure building, locked down, and there's a little almost mini feud with other co-workers there about a position, yada 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 yada. She though is paranoid, probably for good reason. She got a message of somebody maybe coming after her. She gets a little worried, and last we saw she hired like an assassin or a bodyguard or somebody to protect her, so we'll see what happens with that. And randomly they had like a video conference with somebody that I don't know if he's like the boss or the CEO of the company or whatever, but it was played by William Baldwin, which I just kind of thought, wow, that guy is still like around and still acting. Okay. And last but not least, Fiona Dourif. I want to mention her because she, last I saw, was in a Chucky movie with her father, Brad Dourif. So seeing her in another horror property, it was cool. And her character might be the most interesting out of the whole group. She leads this church like cult, and she's convinced them that, hey, they have to sacrifice themselves, give themselves to the purge. It's a whole spiritual thing. Last thing we saw was one of the characters giving themselves up to these masked people with axes and getting axed and chopped up to death. So there you go. Maybe her and her plot is the most interesting thing so far. But the fact that it's 10 episodes and the fact that it's going to be long and stretched out, and the fact that when we saw that character get cut up and axed up, we didn't really see it. We saw shadows. We saw like the kids on the bus watching it, and the shadows on the bus of him getting chopped up. And then even the earlier scene that I talked about with the couple having the threesome, and they're all supposed to be naked, but you don't see anything. This is USA. This is cable. This isn't anything that's really going to go that far into gore or just what the Purge is. I'm not saying every horror thing needs to have gore and blood, but when you're coming from a bunch of movies that have had that do go all out, that is a hard R, and I've grown to quite enjoy what those movies are able to do with the violence. It's able to lean all in with that. So the fact that so far it seems very tame, very just uneventful. Hell, even Scream on MTV had more blood and gore than this. So hopefully it picks up. Hopefully it's just the first episode. They decide to hold back, although I don't know why you would do that. We'll see if it gets any more interesting after the 10 episodes. Maybe I'll do a follow-up review of the whole series. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too saw this episode. What did you think of it? Did you like it more than I did? Or do you agree that it was just okay? Okay at best. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Swimming in beers, I've been through it all, let me trickle a tear. In case you didn't know, I was living sarcastic. A motherfucking monster, something Jurassic. Had to wrap the whole entire bed in plastic. She's supposed to be scared when she's fucking with raptors. Killing and a thrilling and I'm sipping on the 4-0. Listen by a whole entire motherfucking torso. Oh, what a rush, sniffing some more blow. Let the bitch bleed and I'm making a porno. I'ma keep it going a few times for a